Okay, first things first, we're gonna get into the breakdown. But I want to just say, man, listen, I just made a video about being positive and always speaking positivity on your life, no matter how bad the situation, the outcomes get. Just always keep the positivity in the back of your mind. I did take one trade today. I would have taken two, but I did blow an account. I did speak about that in another video, but it is what it is. It's okay. You can achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Sometimes it does take time to achieve it, but it's a part of the journey. Never give up. Always keep going. Let's get right into the trade recap. So let's start back from the 1 hour time frame, right? I'm gonna just use the bar replay tool. But you guys see what's going on. It went crazy bullish. Y'all see what's going on. But we'll just do this. Let me get rid of these. So from when we came in for the day, look at the charts. I would say by looking at the charts, I have no clear indication of what I want to do, because one, it looks bearish. Look at the higher time frame. Higher time frame is making lows, making highs, making lows, making highs, making lows, making highs. You feel me? Low highs, low lows. That's what the higher time frame is doing. So it looks like it clearly wants to continue dropping, right? But if you also look at it within the day, within the week, it had a push, it had a drop, it had a push. It's kind of like in between. Now it's like kind of consolidating before the next move. So it still does look bullish though. Something that I did mention to the VIP was I noticed something from like last week that the markets has been doing. So like starting from, maybe let's start from here. Let's start from last week. What is this, like last week Thursday or whatever? Last week kind of Thursday. I think this is Thursday. Last week Thursday we had a push. Boom, 9:30 drop, right? This is the Friday. I think this is this is the Friday, because this is the Monday, Tuesday. Yep. Friday we had a push during London, drop during New York session. Monday we had a drop during London session, push during New York session. Yesterday we had a drop during London session, push through New York session. So the same thing, I was telling them, hey, this is why I'm kind of feeling like we had a nice drop off during London session. We might have a push during New York session. It could continue. It could have a drop off. I'm not really sure. Like I was in between. I just wanted to see more confirmations on what the markets probably could do. Obviously, I said I don't know. But just I don't want to have a bias, because the thing about having a bias is, because you're on a bias, because if you get married to a bias, obviously, but if you get married to a bias, you'll be so close-minded to opportunities that's happening to right now. Like you might be like saying, "Oh, we're just looking for buy. We're looking for buys," especially if you're an intraday trader or a scalper. Let's say you're just saying, "Oh, I'm looking for buys," but you're seeing a trend of a short-term sell trend right now that's happening right now during the time that you're supposed to be trading, following all of the rules, whatever, everything, following what you're set up. But you're so married to the buys, you miss the sell opportunity. Those things happen. There's also the flip side where you have a bias, but then you like, oh, I see a sell opportunity, let me take the sell, and then it continues to buy, and you're like, oh, why didn't I just stick to my bias? Both of them is true. So let's drop down to the 1 minute. Let me fast forward to 9:30 a little bit. So right before 9:30, right? This is what the charts look like. Charts look like it was still dropping. Still look like it was dropping. I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe we'll get a pullback. Maybe we get something like this. Maybe we'll get a pullback to like, and then a drop. That's what I was thinking. All right, let's wait for the pullback, then we'll take the drop. As I said, that's what I was thinking. What did 9:30 do? Push some more, push some more, push some more. I was like, damn, 9:30 is wilding right now. Okay, well, let's wait. Let's wait for a nice sell opportunity. I see another area of interest up here. Right, there's another area of interest. I'm gonna wait for price to at least probably get up there. If it wants to keep pushing, then I'll take another sell opportunity back down to the downside. So as you can see, Still pushing. Still pushing. From here though, I did see this opportunity to take a buy. That's why I said don't marry bias. I seen this opportunity to take a buy. I did set it up on my charts, right? But price never came back down to give me the entry. So I just left it like it didn't tap me in. I just gotta follow my rules. It didn't tap me in, so I was like, all right, cool. I missed that one. Let's continue looking for the sells. So price hit that area of interest. Then we had this bearish engulfing candle right here. I was like, that looked like it. That looked like maybe the sellers have finally stepped in. This is where I want my first trade idea. Let's possibly get it. Boom. Price started going back up. Like it just started ranging. No, I didn't take this one. I didn't take the first entry because I was trying to be patient. I didn't take the first entry. Actually, I didn't take this first entry. Price moved around. Like, let me just draw up structure for you. Oh, where is it? Price came up here. It dropped back down. I was like, okay, it might look like I'm going to wait for more structure. Just tell me. Price came back up and dropped even lower. So like, ooh, okay. It's looking nice now. The opportunity to sell is starting to look better. With this bearish engulfing candle right here, this is where I entered. So I entered here now. I think my stop loss is either here or here. Maybe I'm pretty sure I probably put it up here. Yeah, I think I put it up here. So price came back, tapped me in. I was at this point now. I'm confident because I could see that the bearish trend is starting to build, and it's already in the area of interest. It might just drop from here. That's what I'm thinking. You feel me? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm looking for, etc., etc. Did it do that? No. Price said, "Psych, I got you." Then look what it did. Price came down. Then it went up. Stopped me out. All right, cool. But then I noticed something. As I said, you have to always, don't marry your bias. Then I noticed something. What did I notice? Price changed the trend. Well, it went back into the trend that it was going in on a 1 minute. So boom, price went up, down, up, down, and it broke the highs again. I was like, all right, cool. But at this point, account is already blown. By the way, I lost $380. It looked like that's all that was left in the account. It is what it is. It's okay. What I was saying, totally forgot. Yeah. So price came back, made a new high. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's wait for the pullback. That's what I wanted. As I said, I was still around the charts waiting for the pullback until I realized that I can't take another trade, which is funny. Waited for the pullback. Damn, is this it? I don't know if this is the pullback I was waiting for. I think this is it. I don't know. Let me see. Nah, this wasn't it. Price went lower. That was it. Price went lower. I wasn't gonna take this one. This wasn't a good enough pullback for me. I want a nice, decent pullback. Waited for the pullback. Price came down again, and then that was the next trade idea I wanted to take. So price stop loss down here, entry right here. Price tapped me in. I want to be in. Price tapped it in. This is when I realized I was unable to take a trade because when I press buy on the trade, when you do this, I'm gonna show you because it's probably still logged in. Oh my god. Oh, I can't do it in bar replay, so never mind that. Price said auto liquidated active on accounts, whatever. That's when I realized it was too late. So I was like, oh damn, lost it. But I'm gonna still explain the trade. So boom, the trade went to TP1. So I would have been break even on this trade, right? Now, as I told you guys, I'm trying to find areas that I can add on to a trade to make it, to increase or maximize the amount that I can make from a trade. So price, I'm already at a 1-to-1, so there's no risk on this trade anymore. So I can look for another trade and open up the risk again, but there's no risk on this initial first trade. It is what it is. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can look for another trade. That's what I'm trying to do. Try to be able to add more on when the opportunity presents itself, and the opportunity presents itself right here, I would have took a second additional trade on right here for the same trade idea. Boom, price would have boom, tap me in. Wait, there it goes. It tapped me in, and it took off. Sure, both of these would have been break even. I would have been break even on this one. I could probably move my stop loss to TP1 here, because boom, look, TP1 hit, TP2 hit, so I could probably taken it, and TP2 hit on the second trade. So I did miss on this trade, but look how far it went. Look how far it went, bro. Look how far price went. Let me just fast forward. Look at that, TP4, TP5, TP6. Oh, price went nuts. So this is where price is at currently. That's really what happened. If I didn't lose the accounts, I definitely would have taken that trade. But I did lose the accounts, which is okay. Not the accounts, just that one account, which is the leader accounts of the other accounts. So, unfortunately, but fortunately, the copy trader was not connected today. Sometimes I'd be forgetting, because it's like sometimes you just be in a rush. I missed out on it, but I missed the trade. I missed the connection on all the accounts. I didn't lose the other accounts, but I did lose the account. I was unable to capitalize on this trade idea right here. But this is the trade recap. I lost $380. Not too crazy, right? No trading day goes too crazy for me. I might lose on challenge accounts. It's probably like $750. That's the max I will lose, but that's a trade idea, y'all. That's the trade recap.